Good morning and welcome to the House of AO.
Today we are going to go over a sorcerer build that many people have glossed over this season, Blizzard. As well as being very tanky, it's ticking for upwards of 10 to 45 million. Somehow, during a Tier 7 Infernal Horde, run it spawned in 2 burning butchers, which I promptly put in their place. Let's go over the build. Starting with skills, we'll put 2 points into Firebolt. Whether you decide to put this in your enchantment or not is up to you. Next, I went with 2 in Frozen Orb out to Greater for the help with Vulnerable, and possibly if I decide to switch to Fractured Winter Glass. I'm still playing a little with the build. Next, 1 point in Flame Shield, and 1 point in Teleport out to Shimmering, then 1 point in Ice Armor out to Shimmering to reduce cooldown, 1 into Elemental Attunement, and 3 into Glass Cannon, then down to Conjurations, 3 in Lucky Hit, as it's never a bad choice, then 1 in Ice Blades out to Summoned, as always to help with cooldowns. 1 in Lightning Spear out to Enhanced. We don't need to take it any further, but that's up to you. Max out Conjuration Mastery, then 1 in to Align the Elements, and 3 in to Protection and Mana Shield. Next 3 in Icy Veil to extend those barriers, and now to the star of the show. 1 point in Blizzard out to Mages for 8 seconds of Deadly Ice Spikes. The Blizzard spell does almost no damage by itself, even though Blizzard tried boosting its damage this season. It's just pointless except to carry the glacial aspect. Next 1 into Inner Flames, then 3 in Devouring Blaze. 3 in Permafrost, Hoarfrost, and Icy Touch. If you are having any mana issues, then use Frigid Breeze to help out. I recommend Veer's Mastery for our passive as nothing else helps at all. For our enchantment slots, I'd use Firebolt and Ice Blades. I particularly like my Paragon board setup. 8 glyphs, while not skipping anything. First board we'll take Reinforced, then up to Burning Instinct for destruction and all that critical damage. Then a hard right over to Enchantment Master, where we'll use the Elementalist glyph. Heading down to Icefall, we'll socket the Enchanter for more non-physical damage, and don't forget to get the Icefall Legendary node for even more damage. Moving right, into Frigid Fate with Stalagmite for increased ice spike crit chance, and that 60% damage legendary node. From here we'll head up to Ceaseless Conduit with Tactician, then right in to Searing Heat with Exploit and finishing it off by going up to Static Surge and Flame Feeder. For gear we're a little uber heavy, but you can make adjustments as needed. For the helmet, we are using the new and improved Andariel's Visage. This thing is great on so many levels. The attack speed is amazing, the poison procs, even though Sork isn't spec'd for poison, can still tick for millions. And the life on hit. OMG. If you ever find yourself with mana issues on any build, you can slot Andariel's along with the Starlight aspect on a ring for infinite mana. For our chest, I've got a GA armor % and mana per second to help with costs. Blizzard is a mana-hungry build, to say the least. For the glove, I'm using a very good pair of Fists of Fate, but you can easily swap these out with a good pair of gloves with crit chance and crit damage and the conceited aspect. For the pants, I'm using Temerity. With the barrage of life on hit from Andariel's, we are always above 100% health, so always creating a barrier. With this barrier, our Reinforced glyph gives us an additional 15% damage reduction. For the boots, it's up to you. A good pair of Isu's is great, but Yen's Blessing work nicely, as does a pair of boots with Mana Regen and the Exploiter aspect. For the weapon, I recommend using a staff and putting the glacial aspect on it, but a one-handed weapon and focus will work too. Just remember to put the glacial aspect on the amulet. Speaking of amulets, I got very lucky and have one with permafrost and GA conjuration mastery ranks. I'm using the storm swell aspect here for 45% damage while having a barrier, which we always have. For rings, I've tried multiple different combinations. Unfortunately, the blue rose is broken and isn't working as intended, or I'd be using that. So for now, I have a Starless Skies and a good Tal Rashas. I put Hydra, Ice Blades, and Lightning Spear on my bar to get as many conjurations out as possible, but if you find you are having survivability issues, swap Hydra out for Flame Shield. Even if you get CC'd, your blizzards are still hitting and therefore still getting life on hit from Andariels, so you should be okay. Hit Ice Armor on cooldown, hit all your conjurations to keep stacks up and blast Blizzard as much as possible, and watch things melt. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them below. If you've enjoyed the video or the content, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see a specific build, let me know down below. For now, fare thee well and happy gaming.